Again, go. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Andrew Turner, co-host of Thrive in the Age of AI with Dr. Stelios. How are you, Stelios?
Hey, I'm great, thanks. How are you, Andrew?
Very, very good. Very, very good. So we've actually had a bit of a blockbuster week this week in AI. I was looking at X over the last few days, and obviously there's been a lot of events with the tech titans around the world. What's your biggest news? I think you had one that you wanted to mention initially about Google. Is that right?
Yeah, I think the biggest news these days is VO3, which is Google DeepMind's new video model. I mean, I didn't have the chance to play with it much, but I've seen like the examples and they look astonishing, right? So essentially, it feels, at least it looks at first glance, much better than Sora. It looks like it's what Sora aspired to be. And again, I'm not sure how many resources it takes to run this thing, but it looks like in a few years we might be seeing, we might see like Hollywood movies generated by this type of model.
Yeah, I mean, I saw some stuff on because it was Google I/O, I think, on Monday, wasn't it? So I think they launched. I mean, I think they launched VO, but also a lot of other initiatives as well. I think it was about 10 or 12 that they launched on Monday. But yeah, the VO output is absolutely incredible. It's like literally, I presume that's just from a prompt, is it? Is that right? Is that your understanding?
Yeah, as far as I understand, I mean, probably a long prompt, but still, I feel what is outstanding is the quality of the picture. And I'm really, really curious to figure out, how they did this. Generating video is probably the most expensive thing you can do with neural networks. But it's astonishing. Like, it's astonishing. There's some short examples just to demonstrate the quality of the result, but there are also like some longer videos I found on X, like different people like playing with it and things like that. I mean, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I guess I'm gonna do it today because I didn't have the time yet.
See, these tools come out, you see, and Stelios can't get his weight to get his hands on them. So yeah, the other bit of news I saw was that obviously I think we talked about this the other day on one of the previous episodes was about OpenAI and Windsurf. I think that actually has gone through now. Is that right? Is that happening now? Is your understanding? Have they bought Windsurf?
To be honest with you, I didn't have the time to review this. What I've been keeping my eyes on is the new coding assistant by OpenAI called Codex. I'm not sure if you heard about this one. This is something that I think is groundbreaking because it essentially it's like a coding assistant that reads your GitHub repository and then it interacts with the ChatGPT reasoning models. And what is amazing about this is that it's just going to be able to help you run whole projects through ChatGPT. So far, in my work, and that's the same with other developers, when you use ChatGPT, you just have to copy and paste things on a prompt and things like that. Claude is much better in this regard. They've been having a tool for a long time that can go through the repository and read it. Uh, they charge you per API call, so it's not the cheapest thing on the planet. But apparently, everyone's moving in this direction. And I think that OpenAI also wants to start doing some kind of similar pricing model, like charge you per call or something like this. And I think that's probably another very important topic that the pricing model of all these things is still something that's in the process of being discovered. I think no company, whether OpenAI, Anthropic, or otherwise, have a good idea as to how to go about being profitable.
Yeah, but pricing, I think, in my experience in the software industry, is never finished. You're always kind of iterating on pricing, trying to work out how to give value, and obviously, the map to the features and the releases. Yeah, I mean, I think as you said that, but you talked about ChatGPT and Codex, I think you call it. But my
Yeah,
understanding was that obviously, Anthropic 4's come out this week, hasn't it, as well, I think. So you've got, and my understanding, and I'm not being coding on using Claude or whatever, but my understanding was Claude was better than ChatGPT. Is that your view as well, or am I just smoking up the wrong
looks.
drain pipe there?
Yeah, so some people say this. I think it's a matter of preference. I find ChatGPT's new reasoning models to be excellent, so I don't think anything more is needed. So I think in some regards it's subjective. In other regards, we have all these measurements saying that yeah, ChatGPT's models are very good in reasoning and whatnot. I'm not sure how much it matters. Say, I think Claude, something which I think it's superior in is the fact that it's better in dealing with long pieces of code because it can isolate individual pieces and work with them. But all these features, I can definitely see there's some kind of cross-pollination taking place between projects. As in, like there's a good idea, with like produced by Anthropic, then ChatGPT will most likely. It will happen with Vue and Sora, right? So Sora was the first piece of software to help, to create AI generated videos and at scale. And apparently Google now seems to be leading the race with the new model.
Yeah, it's a bit. I mean, we've seen. I think we've both seen that meme. I think that one of the team on Tesseract Academy created. I think Linus created, which was showing. It's like we're the best, we're the best, we're the best, we're the best. So
Yeah.
it's like pass the baton, isn't it? They're always kind of like trying to outgun each other, outperform each other.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing I saw. I don't know if you've seen the video, but I think it dropped about 2 days ago, actually, on Wednesday evening. Was the announcement about OpenAI, Sam Altman, and the legendary chief creative officer of Apple, Jony Ive, getting together. Have you seen that?
Oh, no, I think.
So Jony Ive is the guy that designed obviously the iPhone, the iPod, the iMac or the Mac, MacBook Pro, etc. And the iWatch, and then I think he left Apple in 2019. And he created a new company called Love, and I think he's got another company called IO. And literally, they just announced on Wednesday that that OpenAI are going to acquire Jony Ive's companies, and they're then going to bring out. They're working on a hardware device. They're going to work out on OpenAI is going to work out on a hardware device for interacting with AI. So I thought it was a pretty cool. It's a very cool video, actually. Very very interesting video. It's on X, on Sam Altman's X account. And maybe they're trying to make a play to be the next Apple. I don't know, because obviously hardware, software, and AI. Yeah, so interesting play there.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because I don't think there's any devices, let's say, that like phones, which are AI native per se. And I also think that the hardware keeps improving. There are certain challenges as to how you scale AI. So creating some kind of AI first device, whether it's a smartphone or a smartwatch or glasses or something like that, it's going to be a very, very big move. And yeah, it does sound like a design and a product problem as well as an engineering problem. I mean, let's not fool ourselves. There's that aspect as well. Okay, yeah. So I think actually something, I think I noticed this somewhere actually, but I just didn't follow up on that thread. There's so many things happening, like the AI news, like it's just everything moves so fast.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you had the Google I/O stuff on Monday, and then obviously you had the OpenAI stuff on Wednesday. With Jony Ive. So it's fast and furious. Yeah, the last one I had was I saw that so on Wednesday. So this week Dell have been running their Dell Technologies World event, and as you know, I host the Praxi Pod as well with Praxi AI, and I had a couple of very senior people on from Dell. We're talking about the new AI factory that they've just released, the new version of the AI factory 2.0 with NVIDIA. So another exciting announcement came out from Dell this week, because obviously, where data sits, either it sits on your PC or your MacBook, or it sits on on premise, or it sits in the cloud. So they've got some very interesting propositions around that.
Yeah, I think Dell has been kind of left behind in this race. So I'm curious to see whether they can catch up. Because you didn't haven't heard anything from them at all. I think Dell and Apple have. Maybe even IBM in certain ways. IBM used to be the leader with Watson and all that, but they didn't go anywhere. And now it's a new.
Well, no, I don't think Dell are behind. I mean, I think they announced they got over 3,000 customers on AI Factory already in less than 12 months. So that's pretty impressive growth. Yeah, I mean, Michael Dell, a very good presentation. Michael Dell, the founder of Dell. And they talked a lot about data and AI in their keynotes. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on in that space.
Yeah, but I think in terms of innovation, you'd expect. I mean, not Dell specifically, but things like Apple, for example. It's I guess it's a good case study, as in they haven't really produced their own LLM or anything, whereas Meta has, obviously. But I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with something sooner or later.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that's the next one that's been a bit silent, isn't it? It's interesting to see what happens at the Apple event in September. I think it will be with Apple and what they're doing around the AI piece. What's the next phase of that? If they've got a story and how they're going to what's their playbook, I suppose. One of the things I think we want to just briefly touch on as well was today was I think you've got some other events. I know you've got some stuff, logistical things you're doing in your own life, moving back to the centre of the universe, London. But the thing in terms of events for Tesseract Academy, I think you mentioned that there's going to be an event in mid second half of June. Could you just give the audience a bit of a heads up on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an event on how to build your unique selling proposition in product through AI. So this event is going to be the speaker is a product manager, Jess, who has been working a lot with AI. So she's actually using the title of AI product manager, and she's going to talk about principles like how to assess AI's value, how to implement AI in your product, and other like high-level product topics, which I think they're quite essential for anyone who's in the space of entrepreneurship or innovation, because a lot of stuff around AI and the way it's used has been around tools, but I think when the real power lies is in the use of AI to create new products.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I saw that post that you did the other day about obviously it's collapsing the lead times to building new products into using AI. So it's a really good opportunity. Okay, yeah. So we're just going to wrap up today's episode today with a bit of a short one today, but we're going to do some more, continue doing it every week, and also publish it on Substack. Final thing, I noticed a post from Tom Davenport, the legendary author and professor from Babson College. He's just joined Substack as well, talking about humans and AI. So maybe we can get him as a future guest on Thrive in the Age of AI. Because I told him I tagged you on that post today, Stelios, so you'll hopefully see that. So thanks for joining today's session, and see you on the next one. Thanks, Stelios.
Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.